Hi, I'm Katie Bruno.
And I'm Lauren Magenta. Welcome to our Video Journalism Showcase.
Today we have 3 student feature stories for you.
Starting with Richie Fetzer's report on Staten Island business owner Charles Montalbano, where he focuses on the destruction and rebuilding of his pool company after Storm Sandy. Let's take a look.
On October 29, 2012, Superstorm Sandy made landfall on the northeast coast, devastating numerous shorelining areas. One area that was particularly affected is Staten Island, New York, where 41 people lost their lives and countless homes and businesses were destroyed. Charles Montalbano owns a pool store in one of the hardest hit parts of the island.
We're about a mile and 2/10 from the ocean. And we're on Highland Boulevard, Staten Island. The water started coming up and we kind of got out of there because it was getting up pretty fast. Within minutes, the water went from 1 foot to 3 feet, almost instantly. As the water went back down, as the water was receding to go back into the ocean, the pressure of it going back down blew our doors out in our buildings, just blew them right out. And when it's done that, that's when the water went in, took over the whole place. We had almost 6 feet of water in our store. We lost everything. We lost everything that was 5.5 feet up. We lost everything. We lost our hot tubs. They all were destroyed. We lost all our chemicals. We lost a lot, everything. FEMA done nothing for us. Nothing for commercial whatsoever. Zero. As soon as we told them we had insurance, we had this, we had that, that was the end. They just stood away from us. There was nobody helping anybody. We were in it on our own. We knew we were in it on our own, and we had to handle it. The total in our store, we're figuring out, came to about 190,000. That's what we're thinking. About $190,000. But we had to rush fast to get the walls out because, you know, the mold was taking hold right away. The mold was taking over quick. So the first thing you had to do was get rid of all that mold. And we ripped all our walls down. We had to get rid of all our floors. The floors were shot. All the vinyl floors just popped right up from the salt. So, and that's what we did. We gutted the whole building. We got it all done real good. It's doing business, and that's it.
Changing gears, Alina Tarkazikas covers the topic of immigration. Having migrated to the U.S. over 25 years ago, we learn how her father overcame language barriers, culture shock, and created 2 successful businesses.
My dad grew up on a small island in Greece called Ithaca. Without much room for opportunity, he left his life behind and made his way to the United States to make a better life for himself and, more importantly, for his future family.
1978. I was 18 years old, and it was, straight out of high school, so it was difficult when I came in here. Language barrier and different lifestyle. So coming here was a little bit of a struggle. I knew English from Greece because I took English in high school, and I knew pretty much the language, but the accent was different and difficult, and I had to adjust. So I came to this country for a better life. I wanted to raise my kids here. I guess it's better all around. It's land of opportunity.
After settling into life in New Jersey, my father went back to visit his homeland, where he met my mother, who eventually came back to the U.S. with him.
My husband is a great companion. He's also a great father. He's a hard worker. He was born and raised in Greece, and he came here with not having had so much there, and he tries very hard and works very hard to give his children and his family and myself more than what he had. We call him Mr. Fix-It because he can fix anything. I mean, you name it. It doesn't have to do anything with his work, but he's very, very smart. And he's my husband.
After first being brought into the country by his uncle, my father worked his way up from bottom to top in the workplace, learning the ropes in construction. Today, he owns 2 successful companies in tiling and home development, and used his talents to construct a dream home in Old Tappan, New Jersey, for his wife and 2 kids.
My dad's like my best friend. We do everything together. And I can only think about the sacrifices he had to do growing up to give this to me. And he never even had his dad, so that's what makes our relationship so special. We do a lot of quadding, hunting, outdoor stuff. We always fix stuff in the yard together. My dad's always making sacrifices for me. He's always there for me. He's always making sure I understand what's going on, that I'm taken care of.
You're caught between missing your family and giving your children a better future, a better education, and a better life. So it was very difficult. He absolutely made a better decision. We see our children have been able to go to good schools and be better educated than the education that he had back in Greece, and the opportunities that he had in Greece that were not available to him, that his children have here.
Of course, I miss the old country. When I came here, I missed my friends from my high school friends, and we go back when we visit every so often. I think I made the right choice by coming here. Yes.
Good. Perfect.
You can make it easier here than anywhere else in the world.
Okay, you have to look here, Dad. Okay.
Much like Chris Tarkazikis, 20-year-old Patrick DeSalva, a Brazilian native, is trying to live the American dream as well.
Let's take a look at Valerie Chorizo's piece, where she focuses on this inspirational story about the DREAM Act.
My name is Patrick. I'm 20 years old, and I'm an undocumented immigrant, or as some like to call it, an illegal alien. But growing up for me as a kid, it was good. I went to school. I went to a private school in Brazil, and we lived, fairly comfortable. We had a really small house, but we were happy, because we had a family. Our whole family was there, So the money wasn't really a problem until about, the mid-90s when my dad decided to come here because he lost his job. When I first got here, it was like a big shock, because in Brazil I'm used to just getting out the house always. I'm always like on the street, like barefoot, shorts, no shirt on, it was just like that. When I first got to school, it was like, wow, I didn't know a bit of English, trying to get used to the way the kids like acted and talked and all that. It was really different. And it was tough, trying to make new friends, completely new friends. Like, it was really hard learning the language. In high school, that's when things started getting a little tough in terms of being, undocumented and all that. Because, in high school you start thinking and talking about what you want to do after. Where you want to go to school, what you want to do with your life, work, career, etc. And I didn't really think about that or care as much about it until my junior year, when I really had to start applying for school. I wanted to join the military at first because for some reason ever since I was little I wanted to do that. And the biggest thing for the Army here is the West Point. I go to apply to West Point. My lieutenant in ROTC was like, "Oh, just go here to the website, do this, do all that," and I was so excited. I got home, logged onto the website, and I was looking at pictures before I even started applying, looking at pictures and all that. I was so excited. and then on the bottom, just application. I clicked on the application. Literally, the screen of the computer was just, it was like this light blue, and then right in the middle of the screen was just one bar, like for you to write in, a little tab for you to write, and then on top is just SSN. Like that's the first thing they asked you for. And then, yeah, it sucks hearing that from like little jobs or like other schools, but when you see that from like your dream school, like where you really want to go, you know, it hits hard. Like it hits home, you know, and it was hard. It was really tough. You know, I stayed days without, like, just really quiet, really upset. You know, sometimes I would, like, you know, cry myself to sleep because I knew that I couldn't do what I really wanted to do, and I had to change my desire, my dream.
But if election year politics keeps Congress from acting on a comprehensive plan, let's at least agree to stop expelling responsible young people who want to staff our labs, start new businesses, defend this country. Send me a law that gives them the chance to earn their citizenship. I will sign it right away.
The DREAM Act.
The DREAM Act. The DREAM Act. The DREAM Act. The DREAM Act.
And we applied for it, and I was really, really excited. Like, finally I can be able to do the things that I want to do with the papers that I need, everything. I was so excited. You know, one day I come in, I was coming home from school. I come in, I looked through the mail. It was like just as every other day, really excited. I was looking through it really quickly, and I see the emblem at the top, just the, you know, immigration emblem and all that. I was like, yo, this could be it. This is probably it. And then I open it up, and then it's, you know, it's right there, just my ID. It's my picture on it, all my information, like what I've wanted for years and years and years, you know. And then it was just literally the best feeling in the world. It wasn't even, I can't even explain it. My American dream, it's not to overdo anything, to be rich, to be overly successful. I want to be happy, and I think that me being happy and doing what I love doing, after everything else will follow. Everything else will come after. That's my American dream, just be completely happy with my life in every single aspect.
That's all we have for this segment. I'm Katie Bruno.
And I'm Lauren Magenta. Thanks for watching.